why there's not that much cattiness in the internationals, but I think in the local ones, oh yes, before I went to Malaysia, after I won, the organisers came to me the next day and said, do you know, nobody wanted to share a room with you.
I was jealous. That's why. And they're afraid that you might steal their trophy.
Right, because you've been known to do that, I think. Okay, so do you think a beauty pageant is a good training ground of sorts for women?
Definitely. I think I've never joined a pageant ever, so this is the first pageant that I did join. And of course, you know, you're there for an entire month on your own. And for me, I'm not the sort of person that wakes up and you know, grooms myself and does full-on makeup and stuff. So
You're trying to tell me you roll out of bed looking this way. This is exactly what you're saying.
This is thanks to the pageant training, where they check you in the deep end and you do everything on your own. You wake up at 6, you do your hair, you do your makeup, and you have to be ready in like an hour flat and downstairs and looking fabulous. So
and everybody is, isn't it? It's so horrible. And you know, when you're here, you have people doing your hair and makeup, and then you've got to do your own. So I only ever blow dried my hair like the bit I could see in the mirror. So I never did the back.
Yeah.
I did. I curled my hair for the first 2 days, and then after that, I was just like, this is too much effort.
And false eyelashes. Oh my goodness! And I was sharing a room with Miss Thailand. Who was your roommate?
My roommate was Malawi.
Oh.
I had Miss Turkey first because Miss Malawi arrived really late. So I had Miss Turkey first, and then Miss Malawi came and stayed with me.
Well, it sounds like a whole lot of fun. Are there aspects of the beauty pageants that you could do without, perhaps? Aspects that you didn't like?
The chaperones. No, I love the chaperones. But too much. You know, you weren't allowed to leave the room. You weren't allowed to go anywhere without permission. So I think they could relax that a little bit more.
And in Mexico, whenever we went out, like in this huge crocodile, get into our 10 buses or whatever, people would just line the corridors, you know, to watch us come out. And of course, they were gorgeous Mexican men, so we would slow down and sort of people would come and want to talk to us, and then the chaperones would say no. It was very scary.
Limit.
It certainly sounds like there are no aspects of the beauty pageantry that you all didn't like. There are no negative aspects of beauty pageantry.
Well, I think it's sort of like a job, because I remember the night that I crowned my successor, the next day I put on my jeans, and I hadn't worn jeans for a year.
Were you not allowed to wear jeans?
No, I had a very strong idea of what a beauty queen should represent. And it wasn't blue jeans. It was kabaya, sari, cheongsam, all the national dresses, nice, you know.
On a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm making a difference
see?
today.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with our two beauty queens in just a little bit. Here to take us to the news, one from Live, BFM 89.9.
We're on when you're off. Evening edition on BFM 89.9.
Good evening. I'm Caroline O.
And I'm Moramin Mohammed.
Yes, and I'm giggling throughout because you know what? I have beauty queens in the studio, and that's what girls do, right? Apparently.
So intimidating, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
It is. Go out right away and look at the mirror.
I think I'm the one who's intimidated here. I'm way outnumbered.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now you know how I feel. Normally I do the show with 3 men. So there you go.
Well.
This is revenge. It is sweet. Okay, we're talking about beauty pageants. And actually, here's something I want to get into. Why do you think a Malaysian beauty queen hasn't won an international pageant just yet?
Silence.
I mean, is there anything we're lacking specifically? We've got beautiful women.
I think it's just not enough training, basically.
Yeah.
And not being given all the right accoutrements and, you know, that sort of thing, I think, yeah.
Okay. I think it also depends on what they're looking for that year, you know, who the judges are as well. Like this year Miss USA won. And she was fresh to pageants as well. She hadn't been groomed, nothing. So I think it's really hard to say, you know, what they're looking for. And on that note, there's, you know, in Miss World this year there was 110 countries participating.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, how do you choose? Everyone is beautiful. Everyone, you know, most of the girls are wonderful people. You know, they've all got brains. They've all got careers. So, you know, how do you choose?
Wow, that's what I mean about everyone. At least when you go home, you still are, you know, somebody.
Who are some of your favorite Miss Malaysias over the years? I mean, someone that you thought came close to winning the title, or you know, had a real fighting chance.
I like Shirley Chu, who was from Miss Malaysia World, and she got into the semi-finals for Miss World. She was gorgeous. Yeah.
So you thought that, I mean, you're saying this now, you're thinking that she might have won based on just her looks alone, or is, whole package? Did you think she had it all?
Yeah, smart. But I think it's not that the organizers or judges should choose someone who's more outgoing or more forward. I think that can be done with the proper training and grooming before you go. So even if the person isn't, all that when they win, there is still time and opportunity to train her and send her for little courses or whatever, how to speak properly, how to, and the person should be supported. And I think that was the biggest problem here in Malaysia, don't you think, Nadia?
Yeah, definitely.
No support from anyone. I mean, I did everything myself. I told you I was working at Genting, right? So every time somebody won at the tables, I just like, sponsor Miss Malaysia, RM100. Yes, in the end I collected 10,000 ringgit. That's my evening dress. And I remember in those days, Ampang Park was the place.
Yes.
I went by myself walking from shop to shop to shop to ask for sponsorship, a pair of shoes, a dress, makeup, gifts.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Tell me, it's better than this now, Nadia.
Definitely. I mean, in the case of Miss Universe, definitely. I mean, you look at what Andrea's doing.
Yes.
In our case, I think also once they have the system in place, once the license holder, has everything in place. Like in my case, I had sponsors from Kavanong for the dresses, from Carl Ong, and Keith Key. So when I came back, you already have these contacts, and it helps you because you can't be going every day and shopping for a $3,000 dress.
Yes, true.
So at least that is sort of in place. Yeah.
But you see, if the organizers don't think of doing things like that for you, and you don't do it, then you go and you don't have anything. Whereas you have, in my time, it was 87 girls, and we met so many presidents and governors and politicians, chairmen of companies, and we line up and shake hands with this person, and every time it came to Malaysia had a gift.
Malaysia.
You see? Yes. So you'd have the press would go, and because it was 1978, it was World Cup year in Argentina, and Miss Argentina had all these footballs that she gave to every single person. Miss Korea had 87 beautiful silk handbags, which she gave to every person. I had a Kelantan silver brooch in the shape of a bunga raya, which is our national flower. And I gave each of the girls one, and they took the official badge off their sash, and they had the Malaysian bunga raya brooch on their sash. So that was really, for me, that was a huge thing,
Oh, yeah. Huge honor.
Yeah,
indeed. Okay.
Another little thing. It's not difficult to think about.
Okay. Now, something we were mentioning during the break as well. The pool of girls is much smaller these days since I think there was a fatwa forbidding Muslims from participating in 1995. So, let me go with you here, Yasmin. So, as a Muslim, former beauty queen, what are your thoughts on that?
When this came up, everyone was talking about it, or everyone wanted an interview, and I remember a TV station asking me to come on because they were going to talk about it and ask how I felt, whether I agreed with this. I said, but 600 million people saw me in my swimsuit. How can I say to you I don't agree? I just did it.
Will you need to feel like a sex object at any time you feel? I mean, 600 billion people saw you.
I wish. No, not at all. I think my knees were shaking so hard. No, not at all. I don't know about you, Nadia, but in my pageant, nobody ever thought about sexy sex objects.
Well, in our case, it was completely different because we didn't have to wear a bikini or a swimsuit on stage. It was only evening gown, and then we had the diamond dress because it was their 60th anniversary. So we had to dance in the diamond dress. But there was no bathing suit. The bikini round was done behind closed doors, and you only had 3 judges watching you. So I think in that sense, maybe Miss Universe and Miss World are different in that sense as well. Like Julia Morley herself, the chairperson, she's very conservative. So in that sense, she didn't want any of the girls to feel, well, as you put it, sex objects, right? So that was how they did it. Yeah.
But as a pageant proper, you can't avoid it, can you? I mean, the swimsuit thing.
Well, in our case, we never paraded on stage. No, it was all behind closed doors.
Do you think she's missed out by not being able to parade on stage, Yasmin?
No.
I can imagine the goosebumps. And, it doesn't help that it's cold backstage and all that, right?
Well, I looked like, when I saw that video, I looked like I was this squealing, scared rabbit because I forgot completely to look at the camera. So my eyes are all over the place and I just look so bad, you know. It's really bad. And then, you know, you look at everybody else and they're all perfect hens and their swimsuits go up to the hips and, you know, long legs.
Yeah, but you feel better knowing that they feel the same way looking at you, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay, now you know what? We have a clip. It's Donald Trump who was on Letterman, and they were talking about beauty pageants because Trump owns the Miss Universe and Miss USA pageants, I think. Yeah, so here's what he said when asked how he revitalized the beauty pageant. Let's listen to this.
So you only Miss Universe and the Miss USA. You Miss USA pageants, Miss America as well?
Well, I might get them. You know, we're on network television. NBC, your favorite network, just renewed it for 3 more years.
Oh.
And Miss America doesn't have right now a network.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but...
Now, you've revitalized the beauty pageants.
Yeah, I think I've done a good job.
Made them more interesting to the home viewers. And what was the key to that? What was the one thing that you needed to fix?
Well, Miss America made the bathing suits one piece, very large, and you weren't allowed to wear shoes. What I did is I made the heels higher and the bathing suits smaller, and it was amazing. It was amazing what happened to the ratings. The ratings became very, very good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, with this kind of genius, we have nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be fine.
All right, so there you have it.